Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oktariko Suslatama Putra Pradana, and I'm from PT PLN Persero, WIB Sumatera, bagian tengah, Pekanbaru, Indonesia. At this time, I would like to say thank you to the CHAPSI committee for allowing me to participate to the CHAPSI 2021 event. And then I would like to say thank you to the PT PLN Persero management for the support provided to me. At this time, I would like to present my paper entitled The Strategic Evaluation of Extra High Voltage Substation on Transmission Backbone 500 kV Sumatra Project, Indonesia. Case study is held in Extra High Voltage Substation 500 kV Perawang. Track number 3, The Future of Transmission Grid and Distribution Network. Category, Experiences, Case Studies, and Best Practice. First of all, it's all about the abstract. The development of transmission line and substation are generally to achieve the balance between generating capacity on the upstream side and the power demand on the downstream side. The development of the new substation is also intended to obtain good voltage at the end of the medium voltage network. The case study was carried out at EHV 500 kV Perawang, where there were changes in the design of the use of the reactor, HV apparatus, and the related supporting equipment. The application of alternatives is complemented by the detailed and comprehensive studies that include economic studies and technical studies. Economic analysis is needed to determine the optimum use of the various resources, including comparison between two or more alternatives in achieving certain goals within the framework of the various assumptions and constraints given. Evaluation of a project must continue to achieve cost, quality, and commercial operating date optimization. Next is all about the introduction session. As we know, the construction of transmission line are required to transfer energy from low-cost power generation in the substation South Sumatra, North Sumatra. Long line transmission, for example EHV transmission line 500 kV Muara Enim, which is located in southern Sumatra, to New Auduri for 240 km route, and then to Prana for 210 km route, and the last to Perawang for 180 km route, located in northern Sumatra. Issues such as overflowing of the power transformer and the overstressing of the line insulator would be a concern. Some reactors are installed connected at the terminals, for example, diameter and tertiary connected reactor. Transformer unit that can be installed in the substation is limited by the availability of the land, transmission capacity, and the number of the feeder. The development of the new substation is also intended to obtain good voltage at the end of the medium voltage network. Economic analysis is necessary to help project impact based on costs and benefit of the project. Now we continue to the main content, study case of EHV 500 kV Perawang. In this slide is all about the technical aspect of interbus transformer IVT. The tolerance on HV system and the LV system of 500 kV and the 275 kV are the normal variation of 5% for HV and 5% for the LV. The parameter in the interbus transformer consists of power rating, voltage at principal tap, equipment rated voltage, purpose of tertiary winding taps, source circuit impedance, vector good, lightning impulse withstand voltage, switching impulse withstand voltage, cooling, minimum efficiency, no load losses, and cooling fan loss. Now, we continue to the next slide. In this slide, we are talking about the comparison of single and three-phase transformer. The cost of single-phase transformer unit is approximately 20% more than the cost of three-phase unit of the same rating. Single-phase transformer has smaller dimension as well as lighter weight, will be more convenient transportation and manufacturing, At this slide, we can see the parameter and the comparison between 3 times 1 phase and 1 times 3 phase transformer. The comparison consists of price, weight, size or dimension, transportation, connection between phase, connection costs, providing of spare, and repairing costs. Now, we continue to the technical aspect of reactor. Some reactor is required to compensate the line current charging from 500 kV transmission line, especially when energizing the line transmission and low transmission loading. The single line diagram of diameter, line, tertiary, and neutral connector reactor are described at figure 1 below. At the figure 1 below, you can see the bus bar B, CP cut of B, CP cut of AB, CP cut of A, and bus bar A. And then for the reactor, there is a tertiary connector reactor connected to the tertiary busing of the interbus transformer, located between the CP cut of AB and CP cut of A. And for the line connector reactor, located between CP cut of AB and CP cut of B in another diameter. Now we continue to the next slide. In this slide, we are talking about the typical parameter specification reactor. The typical parameter specification reactor prediction of line, diameter, tertiary, and neutral connector reactor are described in table 3 below. The parameter of the reactor connection consists of the highest voltage, rated voltage, factor group, rating, losses, impedance, VIL, SIL, and the cooling. Well, in this slide, we are talking about the reactor. Firstly, is neutral rating reactor. Neutral rating reactor is installed between the base reactor neutral coil and the ground to extinguish the secondary arc current. Secondly, is line connector reactor, applied on long EHV transmission line to dealing with the line energization and load rejection. And the last is tertiary winding connector reactor, connected to the tertiary bushing of the transformer and commonly limited to voltage below 72.5 kV. In this slide, it shows us about the results of economic studies. Economic analysis is a systematic approach to determine the optimum use of various resources, including comparison between two or more alternatives in achieving certain goals within the framework of various assumptions and a constraint given. The total cost investment described at the table 4 and the energy channel from the southern to the northern Sumatra described at the table 5 below. At the table 4, we can see the total cost investment of many projects consists of transmission and substation 500 kV Sumatra. Firstly, EHV transmission line 500 kV package 1 New Auduri Prana. Secondly, EHV transmission line 500 kV package 2 Prana Prawa. Thirdly, EHV transmission line 500 kV package 3 Muara Enim New Auduri. And then for the substation, firstly, EHV substation 500 kV New Auduri, EHV substation 500 kV Pranar, EHV substation 500 kV Prawa, EHV substation 500 kV Muara Enim. All investment are in the rupiah currency. And at the table 5, its calculation of the channel energy in a 500 kV Sumatra backbone from 2022 until 2049. There are some indicators to assess the financial feasibility analysis. There are, firstly, net present value, NPV. Secondly, internal rate of return, IRR. Thirdly, benefit cost ratio, BCR. And the last is the payback period. In this slide, we are talking about the financial simulation. The financial simulation is conducted from the 2017 to 2049. The annual financial simulation is consists of the investment cost of substation and transmission line. Operation and maintenance costs assume 2% of total cost investment. Production costs, sales, and cash flow of the projects. In this slide, we are talking about the financial simulation and estimation calculation. In this calculation, there are two types of data. The first one is the data assumption and the second one is the calculation. The data assumption consists of the annual operation and maintenance, transmission and substation for 2%, exchange rate USD to IDR for 14,500 IDR, basic electricity tariff for 1,352 IDR per kilowatt hour in 2021. The discount rate for 12%. And economic life of the asset is assumed in 50 years. With all those data, we can calculate the IRR, the NPV, PC ratio, and the payback period. For the IRR, we can calculate for 14.89% for the average annual return. And for the NPV or net present value, we can calculate for 4.0319, which is greater than 0. And we can conclude that the NPV greater than 0 is worth implementing. And for PNC ratio is 1.0388 per unit, or greater than 1, equivalent value of all benefits. And the last is the payback period. The project will be in payback period, or the investment will be able to return in 2038 or 15 years later. According to the research of this paper, we can conclude that the strategic evaluation of EHV substation project is conducted using technical and economical approach to conclude the feasibility of the project. First, based on technical considerations, reactor installation in tertiary IBT is considered preferable and lower expense. Then, follow diameter connected and the last in line connected. Second, for EHV substation, single-phase transformer is preferred since it has smaller dimension as well as lighter weight and easier in transportation. Third, from the point of view of economic studies, the result criteria acceptance of EHV 500 kV project obtained IRR for 14.89%, the NPV for 4.0319. PSC ratio obtained is 1.0388 per unit, and the payback period in 2038 or 15 years later. All the values exceed the minimum indicator criteria conveyed previously. And the last is, in conclusion, according to the both technical and economic aspect consideration, the strategic evaluation of 500 kV Sumatra backbone project, study case EHV 500 kV Prawang are feasible, profitable, and worth implementing project to achieve cost, quality, and commercial operation date optimization. Those are the references that we implemented in our paper, mostly from the IEEE paper and from the internal of the PT PLN Persero, and the last from the Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources of Indonesia. That's all for the presentation. Thank you for your attention, and please feel free to contact me if you have any further information. Stay healthy everyone, and have a good day.